Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. I invite you to start by walking around the space. If you have bags or jackets, we can leave them on the front seats. And if you want to take your shoes off, you're welcome to take your shoes off, but you don't have to. Welcome. Nice that you're here. Hey, welcome. So we just start by walking around, orienting ourselves to the room. We can stretch a little if we need to stretch. Relaxing the body. Thank you for getting up early and being here with us today. If you're just coming in, you can leave jackets or bags at the front and shoes if you want to take shoes off. Thank you for coming. And now just slowing down the walking a little bit more. And we can turn our attention to the periphery of the room, noticing the textures, colors, the distance between our bodies and other surfaces, the distance between our bodies and other bodies. And slowing down the walk even more and feeling the connection between our feet and the wood. Really tuning in to try and listen with the soles of our feet. And when you think you're walking as slow as you can, try to go even slower. Welcome. If you're just arriving, you can join us walking very slowly around the space. You can leave your jackets and bags at the front, taking off your shoes if need be. And as we're walking, just remembering to breathe, breathing down deep into the belly. Keeping our gaze lifted and noticing ourselves in the space. And when you're ready, we can slowly walk to a cushion that calls your attention. And you can sit down in a comfortable position. So So we're going to be sitting for the next half an hour or so, I trust that everyone takes care of their bodies and needs. If you need to get up and stretch, if you need to leave, if you need to pause, it's okay. And I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. And if it's comfortable for you to sit with quite a straight back, if it's comfortable to have your legs folded, and just breathing into our bellies, breathing deep. And throughout the morning's meditation, I invite you to come back to your breath whenever necessary. If you get lost or if something's too much, there's always the breath to return to. So I'm going to invite us to take a few deep breaths in together to really arrive in the space and sink ourselves together. Breathing in and out. Again, breathing in and out. This time extending our out breath just a little longer than the in breath. Breathing in and out. And one more time, we can also focus on really breathing deep down into the belly. Breathing in and out. I invite you to bring your attention to your forehead and try to relax your brow a little bit. We're going to start off by just relaxing our bodies. Starting with the forehead. The eyes can rest in their sockets. The tongue can sit against the back of the teeth. The jaw, you can also open and wiggle it a bit if it helps to relax. And make any sounds that need to come out. And then just let your jaw be slack so that your teeth are not touching. Moving your way down to the shoulders. Just letting your shoulders relax. So it's important to have still a straight and dignified position, but being relaxed at the same time. So finding that balance between having a straight spine and your crown being lifted up to the ceiling, but shoulders relaxed. Moving our way down to the belly. We can just let our bellies be soft. No need to hold them in now. Moving our way down to the pelvic floor. It also can help to squeeze. You can squeeze the pelvic floor muscles and let it out. All together, squeeze, 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 and relax. One more time. Squeeze, 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 and relax. And lastly, the anus. We can squeeze also and relax. One more time. Squeeze, 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 and relax. So we feel where the root of us, the root chakra, the anus, the sit bones are touching the cushion, which is touching the floor. And we can send our energy down into the ground. Feeling gratitude for gravity. Gratitude for being connected to the earth. feeling the spine straight up, the crown up to the ceiling, the chin slightly down. And you'll notice in this position that it's actually giving more space to the belly to breathe. And as we're breathing in this time, we can connect with the wind element. This wind that's connecting all of us, going in and out of our bodies, being produced by plants and seaweed. And we can feel the wind entering our bellies, well, technically entering our lungs, which is moving our bellies and giving a tiny massage to our organs. All these miraculous occurrences inside the body, which are just happening without really any conscious attention from us. So breathing in, we notice the wind element. Noticing wherever the body touches the ground, this weight, the gravity that I mentioned before. We can connect to where is earth in our body, where is touching the earth, but also where are we made from earth. Which cells connect us to the earth, our bones, teeth, hair. We can feel the weight of our bodies. The weight of this physical form, and feel that earth element, that physicality. Next, we can bring our attention to water element. Where do we notice moisture in the body? In the mouth, the tongue, maybe in the eyeballs, helping the eyes to move freely in their sockets. Maybe perspiration. Maybe you're aware of the liquidity inside the body. The water that makes up our tissues, fascia, that helps everything slide around easily. And lastly, we bring our attention to a fire element. This is represented by heat in the body. So we can bring our attention to wherever we might feel warm. Maybe the backs of the knees, where the skin is touching, the armpits, genitals. And if we bring our attention once more to the breath, we might notice around the nostrils the temperature changing, the fire element as we breathe out. Breathing out air that's slightly warmer than when it came into our bodies. invite us now to bring our awareness to the surface of the body, traveling to our biggest sensory membrane, the skin. And just notice for each of you where you feel sensation the most and what sensation. Do you notice a tingling, pressure, maybe a numbness or a lack of sensation? Maybe you feel where the clothing is touching your skin, or where the air is touching your skin. And if there's moments of getting carried away in thought, that's okay. You can just gently return to the breath. And I will keep guiding, so you can just jump back in whenever your awareness is called to. I would bring our attention now to our back, to our backs. You can notice where our clothing is touching the skin. Notice what kind of sensation is there. And at our backs we have 3.9 billion years of evolution leading up until this moment right here now, where we're sitting in this space together. And we can imagine all of the innumerable ancestors who have led us to being here in this physical form, human and non-human, those that we know, and so many, many more that we will never know. Perhaps those sensations from the clothing on our back that we're paying attention to, we can imagine as our ancestors holding our shoulders, holding our waists, and we sit up tall and dignified, feeling the support of these ancestors. And I know that ancestry is a difficult topic for many of us. And so if your biological ancestors feel difficult to access, that's just one branch of the tree. There are innumerable spiritual and cultural ancestors that we can also draw upon. Those who have come before us, whose words and ideas, politics, and theories have inspired us. They're also our ancestors, and they're here to support us also. And so feeling the support from behind, we can bring our attention now to the front of our bodies, our chests, bellies, our faces, the legs, and we can feel what are we moving towards. What is it that we're committed to? believe this is a time that we are all to be stepping into our purposes more than ever. Trying not to get sidetracked by what the hegemonic systems tell us that we should do, but feeling into the subtle vibrations in our bodies and listening to what it is that we really are drawn to. What are we really called to do in this lifetime? We can travel now to the extremities, to the arms. Feeling where your clothing is touching the skin, touching the small hairs there, or where the air is touching your skin. And we can imagine the skin that we've activated to be somehow glowing. Maybe we feel the subtle molecular vibration. Maybe we feel just an absence of sensation. That's also okay. As we're breathing in, we can try to breathe in and expand that breath right to the edges of our skin. We can imagine all the small hairs that cover our whole body to be extending outward, and imagine that they're growing longer and longer. Invisible little hairs reaching out from all over our bodies, right into the space. And as the sound waves reach your skin, these little threads from all over your body are reaching back to meet the sound waves, to meet the wind element. And you can imagine all of these threads all over the room, filling the entire space. And all of the threads from everybody else intermingling, creating a web, a mycelium network. And with every breath, we can feel a slight rippling effect through these threads. And feel the subtle vibrations of the sound waves interacting and rippling back towards the skin. We bring our attention back now to the surface and notice if if we feel our surface in the same place, or if our bodies have somehow extended. We may be slightly more aware of our energetic body, the space that we take up, the space we really take up. And where is that energetic body in relation to the other bodies in this space? Can we feel the presence of our neighbors here? Traveling back in further, we notice once more the skin. Traveling further in still, we can notice the layers of fatty tissue, muscles, fascia. Traveling further in still, we notice the bones, the ligaments, the bone marrow, and bringing our attention specifically to the belly. We notice the organs, and we can imagine somewhere inside a fleshy cave. Somewhere deep, deep inside us. We notice the cave. What does it look like? Probably the inside of our body color, some kind of red, some kind of moist, throbbing with the beat of our heart, moving with our breath. And although it's very strange to be inside our bodies so deeply, it's comforting, it's dark, it feels familiar. And we just walk into this cave and it seems like it could stretch on forever. But at some point we pause. And we just rest in this fleshy space. And we feel they're a message for us. Something personal, something I don't know, something only you can hear, or feel, or sense. And when you feel ready, you can begin walking back out of the cave. You can sense that it's getting brighter. And before you know it, you can feel again just your regular body space, the organs, the breath. We come back to being in this human physical form. And if you wish, you can bring a hand to the belly or to the heart region and just notice your breath moving your body. Thank you, body. You can move your hands around, maybe on your legs, maybe around your arms, giving gentle squeezes, feeling your physical form. Welcome back. And for those of you who are closing your eyes, you can slowly open them again. Reorient yourself to the room. Look around at the edges, the corners. Just feeling this physical space that we've arrived back into. Noticing the other bodies here who came on this journey with us. I hope this slightly psychedelic journey is a nice way to start the day for the rest of the festival. Thank you. Thank you for your trust. Everybody take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you.